How to avoid the 10 top travel scams. We have sad news, people. There are travel scams that you must avoid. Travel scams, they're all around. From monks soliciting funds to a Nigerian prince offering a part of their inheritance to palming your card, it just never ends. Usually, we're more aware of these scams on our turf, but in other countries, it could catch us by surprise. And often, we don't report it to the police because we're either embarrassed or our egos are still hurting. And that's understandable. But we're here to help you avoid any embarrassment or heartache. We have compiled a list of the top 10 travel scams you need to know about. Most of these scams involve scammers trying to squeeze or get money out of you without causing any physical harm. So, in the case of these crimes, only egos are getting hurt. Nevertheless, it's a shame if you fall for any of them. Read further to educate yourself about these travel scams before taking your next trip. Bad cabs. In this case, 3 scams can take place. First, the cab driver may claim that the meter is broken and just gives an outrageous price for the trip. Secondly, once you share your destination with the cab driver, he may claim that your destination is overbooked or closed. He may then offer to take you to a friend's lodging. He could then use this opportunity to charge higher fares. You may even be tempted to tip the driver for help. Lastly, the cab driver may deliberately take a more complex route, just to hike the price. These scams usually happen in Egypt, Turkey, Mexico, Thailand, India, Colombia, Ecuador, Argentina, Serbia, among others. There are many ways to avoid these scams. First, you should never hail a cab from the street. Rather, you should use reputable agencies to hire a licensed cab. Better still, try to avoid cabs in total by calling ride-hailing services like Uber or Lyft. And if they insist on taking you somewhere else, you can threaten to end the ride. Lastly, you should know the general cost of the trip and use Google Maps to ensure you're on the right route and the driver's honesty. Suspicious accidents. This scam comes in different forms. First, a passerby may spill some liquid on you. While you inspect it or while the culprit tries to clean it, your wallet or money can be swiped without your knowledge. Next, someone in a car or bike can deliberately crash into your car, proceeding to ask for cash compensation as a result. Additionally, there can be other ploys to distract tourists. These include a lady throwing a cat or baby to you, an elderly person falling, or a person dropping their wallet and accusing you of taking the contents when you pick it up. You can find these especially in Rome, Istanbul, India, Paris, Buenos Aires, Rio de Janeiro, Egypt, Chile, Ghana, among others. You can avoid these scams in several ways. First, before stepping out, you need to keep all your valuables safe. You can do this by keeping your wallet in bags that can't be slashed and have locks. Your wallet can also be kept in hidden pouches. Second, do not pick up anything. This may seem rude, but just let people pick up their stuff, for your sake. Lastly, in case of accidents, you can wait for the police to come to resolve the issue. But in the case where you do not trust law enforcement, you can always contact the US Embassy for assistance. Unsolicited gifts. This scam can come in different colors. First, a man dressed as a Buddhist monk can tie a bracelet around your wrist. Second, a random person can present with a sprig of rosemary. Next, a disabled individual may offer you a pack of tissues. These people, if not indulged, may cause embarrassing scenes. They are common to these places like Thailand, Myanmar, Nepal, Paris, Cairo, Rome, Kuala Lumpur, and Barcelona. The best way to handle these scams is to never accept gifts. Try not to look at them if possible. And in any case, if you find any strange item on you, return it and leave the scene immediately. Damaged rentals. Some suspicious companies and employees at work here. For easier access and travel, you may rent a bike, car, or any other means of transportation. To your surprise, you may be blamed for damaging the rental. Now, the damage may be real but was probably not your fault. An employee may have followed you and damaged the item without you noticing. This is common in Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines, Greece, Bahamas, Italy, and Mexico among others. You can avoid this by renting from trusted and reputable companies. It would also help to take pictures of the rental before driving it off the lot as proof. Always remember to watch your rental. Lastly, if things escalate, you can always contact the police or the US Embassy for help. Bad currency. Anywhere in the world, fake money or cheating is certainly not acceptable. You may want to exchange currencies from any booth you see, but you're given fake notes instead. You may also want to pay for a service or product like paying the cab driver or paying for your meal. But instead, you're given fake, funny notes or incomplete changes. These are common but not excluded to Colombia, Vietnam, China, Turkey, Egypt, and Argentina. To avoid this, you should be conversant with the currency and only exchange currency with trusted sources like banks or hotels. Next, you should always look at your receipt and make sure you're given the full change. You should also try to pay with smaller denominations and never be in a rush to leave the place of the transaction. To avoid money issues altogether, you should consider using ATMs or prepaid currency cards. Lastly, always be watchful of scammers that can steal your card details and ask a friend to watch while you're withdrawing. Strange invitations and petitions. A local may ask you to help write a letter or to help the individual practice English. Someone may also invite you to a store and an employee badges you to buy something. Another instance is when a stranger invites you to a restaurant or bar and leaves you with the bill. This bill always has an exorbitant price tag. Also, a disabled person or some charity worker may try to make you sign some petition as a distraction while your wallet is swiped. Lastly, a phony tour operator makes you pay for a tour that would never happen. These are common in China, Thailand, Turkey, Spain, Malaysia, India, Tanzania among others. You can easily avoid this by never accepting invitations from strange people. Also, you should only provide translation services to persons with clipboards. Lastly, only take tours from reputable operators. Delusive information. You could be motioned by a driver to pull over telling you that you have a problem with your car. When you try to check, you are robbed. You could also be led by a pedestrian or cab driver to a train or bus ticket office that sells fake tickets. Both the advisor and the person who runs the place are usually involved in the scam. Next, a person posing as a hotel employee may ask for your card numbers again, claiming your credit card didn't work. Lastly, a fake policeman may approach you and charge an exorbitant amount for some bogus offense. These scams are common in India, Sicily, Costa Rica, Mexico, South Africa, Mexico, Colombia, Britain among others. The best way to avoid these kinds of scams is to never pull over unless you hear a noise or emergency light come on in your car. If you must come down, do so in a busy commercial area. Next, know the exact location of the ticket office, and don't let anyone convince you otherwise. Lastly, always ask to see the officer's credentials and try to be conversant with local laws. Fraudulent shell game. This is a very simple and common fraud.